class. Today we'll be learning about hypersensitivity reactions. Can anybody describe what a hypersensitivity reaction is?
It is an abnormally intense reaction to an otherwise harmless antigen.
Correct. You can name one of the types and a few examples.
One type is an intermediate reaction, which is also known as an acute or type 1 reaction. Some examples may include asthma, allergies, and anaphylactic shock. The antigens can cause these intermediate reactions. Certain types of food, pollen, and
Bee!
Oh my gosh, are you okay?
No, the bee just stung me. I feel as though my bronchioles are restricting, making it difficult for me to breathe.
Yo, dude, the sudden vasodilation and fluid loss from your bloodstream may cause circulatory collapse, hypotensive shock, and death within minutes.
Oh no.
As you can see, class, the initial meeting with an allergen produces no symptoms, but it sensitizes a susceptible person, causing IgE antibodies to be secreted that attach to surfaces of the body's mast cells and basophils. Mast cells and basophils release a flood of histamine and other inflammatory chemicals that together induce the inflammatory response, typical of allergy.
Someone help me.
Here, have some epinephrine. It will reverse some histamine-mediated effects in no time.
Where were we? Oh, that's right. Another type of hypersensitivity reaction is cytotoxic, aka type 2. This occurs when antibodies bind to antigens on specific agents. Does anyone know an example of when this would occur? Me.
a mismatched blood transfusion.
Right as usual.
Uh-oh. Is it bad if I receive a blood transfusion of type B when I'm type A?
Yeah, man. The mismatched transfusion would stimulate phagocytosis and complement-mediated lysis of cellular antigens. I'm surprised you're still alive.
Moving on. Our next reaction type is immune complex hypersensitivity, aka type 3. This occurs when antigens are widely distributed through the body or the blood, and huge number of insoluble antigen-antibody complexes formed cannot be cleared from a particular area. Intense inflammation occurs, complete with complement-mediated cell lysis and cell killing by neutrophils that severely damages local tissue. It also may reflect an autoimmune disease. What is an example of this reaction?
Glomerulonephritis of systematic lupus erythematosus. Lupus is a systematic autoimmune disease that occurs mainly in young females, results in glomerulonephritis, vascular problems, loss of memory, mental sharpness, and painful arthritis.
Yes, lupus is an example of an immune complex hypersensitivity. Your fellow peer Selena recently made public that she has lupus and has decided to come back to class after her long hiatus. Thank you, Selena. Such an inspiration. On to our final reaction, delayed type 4 hypersensitivities, which are inflammatory reactions initiated by mononuclear leukocytes caused by T cells. They are called delayed because a response appears 48 to 72 hours after an antigen exposure, unlike an immediate hypersensitivity response, which appears within 12 minutes when exposed to an antigen. What is an example of this reaction?
Allergic contact dermatitis, which is when a person comes into skin contact with poison ivy, some metals, nickel and jewelry, and cosmetic and deodorant chemicals. These agents diffuse through the skin and attach to self-proteins known as haptens.
Hey, yesterday I fell into a bush and brushed up against the leaves. Could this explain the sores on my hands?
You're a lost cause.